Stanford's Bill Walsh owned the 80s in pro football as his San Francisco 49ers claimed 3 Super Bowl titles. For a quarter century, Joe Paterno, like the Penn State uniforms, has never changed. Many have been carried away by this coaching matchup that can only be described as the clash of the icons. And here comes Stanford, the Pac-10 co-champions with Washington. 9-3 this year, including victories at Notre Dame, at UCLA. And Bill Walsh. Milburn is lining up as a receiver on first down. Stenstrom goes across the middle to Cook. And that's enough for a first down. 2nd down and 6. Stenstrom again across the middle. Here's Wetnight, his tight end. And Wetnight inside of the 40 down to the 38.
Forte.
They gave him only 3 on that last one, so it's 3rd and 7. Stenstrom lofts it to Wetnight at the 10 and down at the 5. 1st and goal to go for the Cardinals. 2nd and goal to go from the 2. Play action wide open is Wetnight. Touchdown, Stanford. Third and 10. Good time. McDuffie has it at the 40. Collins hooked up with McDuffie on the last 3rd down situation. McDuffie again at the 45, cutting back to the middle. McDuffie inside the 30 and down at the 18. Chip LaBarca in as a receiver. They run it left. McDuffie. And he'll lose about 2. Ron George got him by the ankles. And he'd do a great job, I know that. 3rd and 12, and they flip it over to Anderson, breaking tackles but not nearing the first. Long Branch, New Jersey had to handle the placements. Here's the kick from 33 yards. That looked pretty strong. Musillo
are getting worse field position because of their kicking game.
Here's a reverse and a pass off the reverse. Armour, a former quarterback, throwing long. Intercepted by Rubin. Lee Rubin. He read it all the way. Anderson off right tackle, and he is belted at the 12 by Toby Norwood and John Lynch. This John Lynch, fascinating character, started his career at Stanford as a quarterback. In fact, was the backup quarterback for 2 years to Jason Columbus, but also a 2-sport athlete at Stanford. Plays on the baseball team, and now, in fact, no longer plays at Stanford because he plays in the Florida Marlins minor league system. That baseball career in jeopardy in a hurry. 2nd and 4, and here he is. 3rd and 9. Setting up for a screen. Now it breaks down. Stenstrom buys some time, and he is picked. He is picked near midfield. The 2nd interception by the Nittany Lions. This one, Marlon Forbes. They'll open their franchise with a game against the Dodgers here. McDuffie off the reverse. McDuffie shakes the tackler and only gets back to the line of scrimmage. And Stonehouse back in. McDuffie will get a chance to run one back. Not much of a chance. What coverage downfield. Connect. Tommy Connect, who came to Stanford as a quarterback, makes the special teams tackle. A jet. 2nd and 8 from the Stanford 33. Collins, soft touch on this one. And a little too much of a lead, and Darian Gordon helped bat it away.
It also hurts Gordon.
3rd and 8. And oh, there he is again, Gordon.
Blitz making him stumble.
This is 4th down, 4th and 8. Anderson about a yard short of the first, I believe. Connect and Bryant. Stanford has not picked up a first down since the opening series of the game. 2nd down and 10. Ellery Roberts. There's a first down and more. Roberts tackled by Forbes, but deep into Penn State territory. scored a touchdown in last year's Fiesta Bowl on an interception return. 2nd and 7.
Wet Knight's open at the 15 and down at the 11. Power block.
3rd and 4. They hand it off to Lashley. That fooled him. Lashley into the end zone. Touchdown, Stanford. The old wraparound draw to J.J. Lashley.
It's a play that's referred to in that system as a slow draw. And it's something, if opponents have seen it a lot, it's easy to read because the running back stands there with his one arm hitched way up in the air so the quarterback can slip that ball around. But what you're not used to seeing an opponent, you don't catch that.
So he did not know the throw would be wide, perhaps. Here's Anderson. And Anderson tackled for a loss on 3rd down by Vaughn Bryant. 3rd down and 3.
Richie Anderson will not get the first.
Tom Williams and Darian Gordon prevented Penn State from moving the chains.
Valerie Roberts instead. And backup receiver again for Stanford. Oh, what pressure
By Givens on Stenstrom. And he was lucky to get that pass away.
But the linebackers of Penn State are extremely solid this year.
They're getting 5 batted away. It's like a volleyball game out there. Eric Clare, the bench because of academic reasons. Here's the pass play over to Calamise. And he has the first down. It's their heavy load offense on 3rd and a long yard. Call it 3rd and 2. They give it to Roberts. He has the outside. Look out. Roberts at the 40. Roberts with one player after him. And Marlon Forbes got him at the 16-yard line.
And if you have money to bet on who the next coach is going to be at Stanford, you put it on Terry K.
3rd and 5. Stenstrom again batted down. 3 times on this series they got a hand on a Stenstrom pass. It's Givens again. Freshman Eric Abrams from San Diego. 16 of 20 this year. He's a good one. And never a doubt about that one. Puts him up by 2 touchdowns. Pump fake, trying to set it up out there for McDuffie, and Gordon was with it all the way. He's having a big afternoon. Stenstrom, and the catch made by Cook. Bumped out of bounds near the 50. 2nd down and 10. Stenstrom zips it to Cook at the 40 for another first. Stanford on top, 17-3, driving again. Set up Milburn. They get it over to him. Open field for Milburn. Look out. He's gone. Glyn Milburn, touchdown Stanford. $40 yards to Glyn Milburn.
Now, what we were talking about, watch Bucky right here at right guard lined up, and what he does. Combination block, he gets out. He's downfield. I mean, he's 5 yards downfield blocking on a defensive back. Stanford flips it out. Let's add a little holding in there, besides the fact that he had him pretty hooked, which I refer to as having a good grasp of your technique.
It's 3rd down and 9. 1:40 remaining 3rd quarter. 24-3 Stanford. Collins, too steep. He's picked. Picked by Ron Riddell. Riddell on the run back into Penn State territory. And Riddell gets all the way to the Penn State 41. Texas A&M had been saying all season long it deserved consideration for the national championship, but gets blown out today by Notre Dame 28-3. Notre Dame's one loss on the season was to Stanford. Let's give you Walsh's bowl history. Take us through it.
Okay, I understand Sun Blue Bonnet. I understand Super Bowls. What in the heck is this thing doing in here? I mean, I got to admit,
it's a bowl.
Though, I've played in that bowl game, and if a coach can motivate you to win, it's pretty good, but a big edge for a team because you really believe you have an advantage.
On 2nd and 10, hey, Jonna Carter for maybe a 1-yard loss. And Coy Gibbs, look at this, number 95, Talk about famous fathers. We earlier introduced you to Nate Olson, Merlin Olson's son. Coy Gibbs, son of Joe Gibbs, 1978. 4th and 5. Pass intercepted. Vaughn Bryant got it. And he lost the football at the tail end of it. Hold on. Is it ruled a fumble? They say he's down. Stanford football. McDuffie and Milburn, their final all-purpose yards. McDuffie had a big first half. Milburn with a touchdown in the second half. Joe Paterno was hoping to tie Bear Bryant today for all-time bowl victories, but instead hoist Bill Walsh into the air. A storybook year and return to Stanford, as Stanford has won 10 football games for the first time since 1940.
Look at this. That's Bill Walsh. You want a little picture of his personality? They pick him up, they let him down, and he says, okay, come on, one more time. I only get a couple yards on this right here.
Well, the last time that Bill Walsh was at Joe Robbie Stadium, he was carried off the field in similar fashion. He won Super Bowl 23. Play action wide open is Wet Night. Touchdown, Stanford. Third and 10. Inside of the 40 down to the 38.
Forte.
They gave him only 3 on that last one, so it's 3rd and 7. Lindstrom lost it to Wet Night at the 10 and down at the 5. 1st and goal to go for the Cardinals. 2nd and goal to go from the 2. Stanford's Bill Walsh owned the 80s in pro football as his San Francisco 49ers claimed 3 Super Bowl titles. For a quarter century, Joe Paterno, like the Penn State uniforms, has never changed. Many have been carried away by this coaching matchup that can only be described. And Bill Walsh. Milburn is lining up as a receiver on 1st down. Stenstrom goes across the middle to Cook. And that's enough for a 1st down. 2nd down and 6. Stenstrom again across the middle. Here's Wet Night as tight end. And Wet Night as the clash of the icons. And here comes Stanford, the Pac-10 co-champions with Washington. 9-3 this year, including victories at Notre Dame, at UCLA,